So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, this is a parabola. And what they want us to do is eventually they want us to graph the parabola. There's several characteristics that go to the parabola. The first thing that I like to do is I like to identify the vertex. And before we begin, I guess I can go over the formula. It's y or f of x is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k, where the vertex of this parabola will always be at h and k, always. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to look at the equation and identify the vertex. Well, according to this, the vertex is at hk, which would be 3 and these 3's right here. Now, if you notice there's a minus here and there's a plus here. The reason why that happens is because the h is a -3 and the k stays as a -3. So the vertex is at -3, -3. In other words, this will always be the opposite. Like whatever I have here, my h will always be the opposite of what it is. So if I had a -3, then it would be a +3 for the h. So the vertex is at a -3, -3. So you go to the left, 3, down 3. So this means that my graph is going to be somewhere, and it actually also tells me that the line of symmetry is going to be right there. So the line of symmetry is always the x coordinate, so it's x equals -3, which I already indicated there with the dotted line. Now, because the 4 is positive, the graph is going to open upwards, so therefore I would have a minimum. What they're also wanting you to do is to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is always the place when the x is 0. So you could substitute a 0 into the x, or you can just cover that up, and the y-intercept is a -3. So like here you have 33, so it's a -3. So then the y-intercept is going to be 0, -3. So that means that I'm going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. Wait, that doesn't make sense though. The y-intercept is 3, +3, -3. What did I do wrong? -3, -3. Oh, no, you're right. Because if I substitute my x with a 0, 0 plus 3 is 3. And then 3 times 4 is 12. And then 12 minus 3 is 9. So it ends up being 9. Okay, let me run that again. To find the y-intercept, you're going to substitute your x with a 0. So you're going to have 4 times 0 plus 3 squared minus 3. And I didn't even square it. So it's going to be 4 times 3 squared minus 3, which is 4 times 9. There it is, there's a 33, because it's going to be 36 minus 3, which is 33. Okay, so you were right here, Sylvia. Okay, so then my y-intercept is going to be 33. So what that means then is that my graph is going to be way up here at 33. I'm going to pretend that's 33. And so then I would have another point over here. And so my parabola would be like very narrow, like that. And that would be the answer. The only thing that I would not be able to tell you is how to get the slope. That's the